30 seconds. 30 seconds to the show. Start with camera 2. Pull the boxes for the weather. Moving on with the show. 10 seconds, everyone stand by. Oh, better be. And we're in the open. We're ready for
NTV,
control.
Central and Western Nebraska's most watched news.
Stand by camera 2.
This is NTV News at noon.
And she's on.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Sarah Kirkley. Not a bad day out there weather-wise. Let's
Stand
go
by
right
boxes.
to Tim Wright with a
Fly
check
for the
your
boxes.
forecast.
Well, Sarah, it's just another one of those days where as long as you
Stand by one.
can fight the gusty, strong winds,
One's
it's
up.
really not too
Stand by
bad
maps.
of a day. Temperatures have been climbing pretty nicely, but here in central and eastern areas, like I mentioned this morning, the winds are a problem. Again,
Maps.
right now we're looking at sustained winds about 23 in Kearney and Lincoln, 24 in Ord. But head west, Ogallala, North Platte, the winds are much calmer. I think this is going to be the case again tomorrow. So if you're looking for that warm and calm day, now you're probably going to have to head west. I'll talk more about that, go into
Stand by
further
2.
detail on what to expect this weekend coming up here in a few minutes.
On 2. Joe, don't worry. Or Mike?
We now know the names of the 2 inmates killed at Tecumseh State Correctional Institution yesterday.
And
State
also-
Corrections Director says 39-year-old Damon Fitzgerald and 31-year-old Michael
Stand by
Galindo,
Bravo,
who
stop
was
full.
convicted in Buffalo County, died during the disturbance. Fitzgerald was convicted of sexual assault, burglary, and assault on police. Galindo was serving time for drug charges. Officials say this all started around 1 yesterday afternoon when a small fire was reported in a housing unit yard. Fights broke out and staff was evacuated from the unit. Officials say the corrections emergency response teams were activated and got the unit under control around 4:30. Governor Pete Ricketts responded, saying inmates involved will be charged
Stand by
with
Bravo,
the full
stop full.
extent of the law.
And Bravo.
The people who came here are here because they made bad choices in their violence.
5 seconds. Stand by
And
our
some
Mike.
of them, as demonstrated by today, are going to continue to make bad choices.
Enter Mike.
The State Patrol is now leading a criminal investigation as corrections staff do an internal review.
Stand by Alpha.
Officials say the public was never in danger. Warden Brad Hansen had this to
Alpha.
say following the incident, quote, "We've seen so many improvements over the last year and a half, and I am proud of my team. This incident is a reminder that this is a dangerous business and we must remain
Stand by 2.
vigilant as we keep people safe."
On 2.
The ACLU of Nebraska is responding to yesterday's deaths, calling it another reminder that the state's prison system is failing Nebraska. In a statement, the organization's executive director called on Governor Ricketts to declare an emergency to
Stay
fix
here
our
for a
state's
reader.
corrections department and asked lawmakers to pass laws that would minimize the cost of fixing the prison system. A man is in police custody after a search
Stand by
in
full screen.
Harlan County. According to the county sheriff, they received a call of a person possibly being shot around 7:45 last night in Alma. When deputies got there, they spoke with a 22-year-old who said he and his brother argued over cigarettes. Deputies say the man told them the argument escalated when a gun was pulled out. This caused a search for the 26-year-old brother throughout the area. A search was later done of a residence where deputies say they found drugs. One man was taken into custody for possession of a
Stand by 3.
controlled substance.
On 3.
A Merritt County man is headed to trial after authorities say he
Stand by Alpha.
neglected his horses. The Central Nebraska Humane Society says those animals are now adopted after being found in bad shape last year. Now Tommy Leach
Jeez.
faces 5 counts of animal cruelty and neglect. He waived his right to a jury trial and is set to go
Stand by
before a
3.
judge on April 21st.
On 3.
A Broken Bow woman will be spending 3 to 4 decades in prison for the death of her
Alpha.
nephew. The state attorney general's office says a judge sentenced Brittany Price in Custer County Court yesterday in a 2013 killing of her 1-year-old nephew. Investigators say the 21-year-old Noah Price, or the 21-month-old, Noah Price, suffered a fatal head injury while Price and her mother were caring for him. 26-year-old Price was first charged with second-degree murder,
Pretty weird
but
if
was
the
later
kid was
convicted of
home.
child abuse
Stand by 3.
resulting in
Or
death.
2. On 2.
A state senator wants to up the punishment for those who assault police. The bill would also apply to other state officials. Today, Senator Bruce Wasselman
Bravo.
and other senators and supporters held a press conference at the state capitol. And after that, the bill will be heard in committee. That committee will also hear 2 similar proposals.
And
A
Bravo.
deputy who lost his insurance after
Watch
being
out.
shot in the line of duty last summer is stumping for a bill that will prevent that from happening again. It would prohibit taking away an officer's insurance after facing serious injury. The law would allow a city or county to take away that health insurance only if the employee hasn't returned to work after a year.
Wiping out.
A bill requiring drug screenings for anyone receiving welfare in the state getting pushback from the ACLU and other advocates for low-income people. The senator introducing the bill, Dan Hughes, says it's not meant to punish recipients, but to help people with substance abuse problems. The ACLU says the bill violates the constitutional rights of welfare recipients by making them go through invasive tests, adding there is no proof of recipient drug abuse problems in the state. Hughes says he will work with groups who have concerns about his legislation. A proposal in Congress could expand access to biofuels. Nebraska Representative Adrian Smith introduced the bill, saying the EPA regulations are archaic. His legislation would expand E15 fuel and waiver regulations
We'll come to two, we'll wipe the boxes, take her
Congressman
full.
Adrian Smith
She will have a
introduced the legislation along with Democratic Representative Dave Loebsack of Iowa. They say they introduced the measure to help achieve American energy independence. This morning, we're getting a tour of the newly opened Goodwill As-Is outlet in Grand Island. NTV's Jessica Stevenson joins us live in studio to show us how this unique thrift store works. Jessica?
That's right, Sarah. It has the same mission as
Three's
other
up
Goodwill
full.
stores, but
Stand by
the
Alpha,
outlet
stop
allows
full.
you to buy in bulk.
And Alpha.
You know, the outlets is just a really fun, unique situation.
When you walk into the store, you'll
Runs
see dozens of bins filled with clothing, home goods, electronics, and more.
Well, the Goodwill outlet is a store that is kind of a cross between a garage sale meets a warehouse meets a flea market.
The items are those that didn't sell quickly in the traditional Goodwill stores or are slightly damaged.
Say a shirt missing a button, a pot or a pan that may need cleaned, maybe a loose leg on a table. Those type of examples would be an as-is example that you'd also see here at a drastically discounted price.
The majority of items sold by the pound ranging from $1.49 to 79 cents a pound.
So there's a range depending on what you buy. So the more you buy, the less you spend.
The Goodwill CEO, Tammy Slater, says the new outlet is another opportunity to make money. This helps fund their employment services for people with disabilities or barriers.
That is the main focus for all of us. A job gives us purpose. And so why wouldn't individuals with barriers have the same opportunities? We work with them establishing their desires, their strengths, and what are their goals to attain that employment.
In 2016, Goodwill Industries of Greater Nebraska served 1,600 people, helping them find work.
Right now I'm helping Nikki doing the production area, helping her like packaging stuff, just help her when she needs help.
All right.
And many of these employees stay with the company
Staff,
for years.
consumers are out
It's good. I love the people here,
5, 4,
staff,
3, 2,
consumers.
and she's on.
So whether you're looking for a
Standby
bargain
boxes.
or wanting to help support the Goodwill services, you can visit the outlet every Thursday through Sunday from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. And Sarah will have their
Boxes.
address listed on her
Standby two.
website.
All right, thanks so much, Jessica.
On 2.
Your 1
Standby
or 2-year-old
sound
is
and
more
alpha
likely to be
for the
poisoned
open
than any other age group. That's
kids
according to
corner.
poison.org.
Go to Bravo, stop
And during
full.
this Poison Awareness Month, NTV's Alyssa Willard tackles the
And we're in
subject
alpha.
in this week's Kids
Stand by
Cast.
Bravo. And Bravo.
And kids explore the world with their mouth. A lot of the toddlers, as they scoot around, if they find something, it goes in the mouth right away.
In most homes, harmful chemicals are kept outside the house and out of the reach of children. But many harmful ingestibles can be found all over the home, and for young children, it can easily be mistaken for something else.
It can cause damage to different types of organs, so it could send kidneys into problems, it could cause swelling in the brain. There's a lot of different side
We're on a
effects that
total
can
of
happen with the chemical
131. We
ingestion.
got 1 minute
Experts
left.
say the number one thing is safe-proofing.
Make sure that chemicals are
After
put up
this
and
will
out of
be
way
weather.
and behind a lock.
She says it's also a good idea to buy products
Come back
with
and cheese and go
child-proof
to break.
packaging.
And experts suggest if you're going to keep cleaners underneath the sink, it's best to keep them child-proof locked.
And keep in mind, it's not only your house you need to be thinking about, but other homes children may be visiting as well.
When grandparents come to stay, or when we go visit a grandparent's house, making sure that all their medications are put off the table. A lot of those could be a cardiac medication that the grandparents are taking. Those could be very damaging to a young child's body.
Tracy says to always keep chemicals in their original bottles so you don't get them mixed up with other things, and when it comes to poisonings, it's better to be safe than sorry.
It's always a safe bet to take them to the emergency room and have them tested. A lot of times a blood test can tell us what chemicals have been ingested into the body, even if we didn't witness the ingestion.
With this week's Kids Corner, I'm Alyssa Willard.
And she's done.
You can find more links for poison health on our website, nebraska.tv. Tim Wright joins us now with another check of that forecast. Tim?
Yeah, Sarah, as long as you don't mind that wind, we've got a nice warm early March day on the way, and the temperatures are going to continue to climb into the weekend. I really think we've got a nice stretch here kicking in. The only downside really is those winds, plus the fact that it remains dry. Out there for the rest of the day, most of us top out in the upper 50s.
Stand by
There will be some locations into the 60s, and as we get into the weekend, most of us will be approaching 70 for the high. Your full first alert forecast is up next.
And we're on to
Also still to come, move over Facebook. One social media's big day on Wall Street has people talking about how big they can get. And hold on tight, the rodeo's coming to Grand Island. We'll take you behind the scenes.
Stand by break. 3, 2, 1, and break.